We know that holidays can be a lonely time for many Canadians, especially seniors and especially those in long-term care homes who feel isolated, perhaps, and sad. Well, that's where our next guest comes in, because he's turning that sorrow into smiles. Geoff Burke is the man behind the Smile Drive in Toronto, and someone we want to highlight this morning as one of our 22 acts of kindness. Good morning, Geoff Burke.
Good morning. Thanks for having me on.
I'm really happy to meet you. You know, Sonia is a member of our morning news team, and she showed us what you've put into various social media posts, urging people to take part in the Smile Drive. Tell us about it, really the main idea, and where the idea came from, Geoff.
Yeah, so we started this last year. Last year was a very different time than this year, with everything going on around COVID and all of that stuff. And we thought it would be a great idea with the people who are in these long-term care homes. They've gone through a rough couple of years. So we thought, what can we do to, bring a smile to their face, and how can we do it sort of remotely? So we thought of organizing this where we get as many people as we can to write cards and draw pictures and letters and everything like that. And, we'll deliver these to these long-term care homes across the city.
So is it just based on what you're hearing in the news about how they might feel isolated, or was there any personal family connection for you to this idea?
So last year it was pretty much just what we heard in the news, but this year it was more personal in that my own grandfather was put in a long-term care just because of his declining health. He needed to be in there. And so, I saw it firsthand. I'd never spent a lot of time in long-term care homes before, but I saw it firsthand, and, it can be a bit of a lonely place for a lot of people. So there was some extra emotion in it this year as well.
So you've been collecting. Tell us, we've been looking at some pictures there. We'll bring them back again. Who's writing these letters now?
These are everyone. There's a lot of classrooms that have been involved. Teachers have used it as a good opportunity to help their kids, especially younger kids, learn about what it looks like in long-term care homes. They've shared stories and stuff like that of their own grandparents. Individuals have been writing, places of work have been writing, everyone you can think of, really.
Isn't that, I'm seeing some, I think, store-bought cards, but mostly handmade with little notes, little personal messages in there too, Geoff?
Yeah, it's I would say for the most part handmade things. It's been really nice to see, and it is nice when we do our pickups and stuff to see these overflowing boxes of handmade cards that a lot of kids and adults have put a lot of good time into.
Isn't that fantastic? So you are in the process now of collecting, and you were telling me in the break prior to our speaking on air, next week is the big week for distribution. Tell us who's going to receive these cards.
Yep. So we're picking up this week. We'll probably wind up with about 3,000 to 4,000 cards, and then we're delivering all over the city. So we've been in touch with the program coordinators at a lot of these long-term care homes, and our goal is to get one card per resident in these homes. So we don't want to double up or anything like that.
That's thousands of cards, Geoff. How many are you going to be distributing?
All of them. So it's going to be a busy week next week.
So, like literally thousands of the cards? Thousands of cards? How many? Do you have a number?
So we don't know the exact number yet, but it'll fall between about 3,000 and 4,000.
Isn't that fantastic? And what are the coordinators telling you? I mean, I don't know if you had a sense to see the impact of someone actually getting that card, that personal touch. Did you see the smiles that you're hoping for?
Yeah, so in all honesty, my wife's she's been taking care of most of that stuff with the program coordinators. She's been great. She's been calling around, and the feedback that I get from her is when we tell them about this, they're really, really happy and really grateful, that something like this is happening for the residents of these homes. It's something to change it up a little bit, and it's nice for them around the holidays.
Yeah, it doesn't take much, does it? These acts of kindness can be very, very impactful. So knowing what you're doing, does that bring a smile to your face too, having an impact in this way?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we try to do something every year. We're lucky enough that we're put in a position that we can do something like this. As much as it's nice to give, it feels good to give as well. So, if anyone is thinking about doing something, it's not just for the other people, it's for yourself as well. and it does bring a smile to my face.
That's such a nice message, because I was going to say you've done other projects, I know, in other times of year for the community and for those in need. And obviously there's something that drives you along. What is your message for others listening to our conversation about what you can do in a community for somebody else?
It's not that hard to give, right? It's a little bit of time, it's a lot of organization, but at the end of the day, whether it's big or small, everyone can give. And, I think it's important to do so, that I think it's important that we all bring each other up.
Well, you've done that today. And a shout out to your wife as well, because I know she's an equal partner in this Smile Drive. Thank you, Geoff. Good luck with the distribution next week. And I bet there are going to be smiles all across Toronto because of what you've collected. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.